with SpineAlign Golf, and in this video I will be showing you how to properly use the hip belt. First, remove any belts that you are currently wearing. Next, place the hip belt comfortably just below your hip bone. The hip belt should be centered and the straps should be tight and equal on both sides. The hip belt should fit snug and comfortable. It can be worn rear facing and forward facing, however we do recommend wearing it in the rear facing position for the best accuracy. Again, make sure the straps are equal on both sides and that the belt is centered. If you are unsure, feel free to use a mirror and ensure that the straps are equal on both sides and that the belt is centered. The hip belt fits both regular sized phones and larger sized phones. When using a regular sized phone, we do advise using a regular sized case with it, as this can help to ensure that the phone stays secure with movement while in the belt. We advise avoiding any large, bulky cases, such as cases with wallets attached to them, as this can stress the zipper and lead to inaccurate results. When placing the phone in the hip belt, ensure that the phone is horizontal and straight and one side isn't tilted compared to the other. When using larger size phones, we recommend not using a case with them, as a case can cause the phone to tilt, not fit properly, and thus lead to inaccurate results. Again, ensuring that the phone is horizontal and straight and that one side isn't tilted compared to the other. To begin practicing with the app, you will remove the phone from the hip belt. You'll access the SpineAlign Golf app. It will prompt you to record your screen, but you'll always want to click Record Screen. Next, you will click Hip Turn Angle. You will need to calibrate the location with the app, and to do so, you will take about a dozen practice hip turns with the phone outside of the belt. So we'll click Hip Turn Angle, place the phone just outside the belt, and take some practice hip turns. Once you have done this about a dozen times, you are ready to practice with the phone in the hip belt. When placing the phone in the hip belt, make sure that you do not click any buttons or touch the screen and accidentally close out the app. Again, make sure that the phone is horizontal and straight. Make sure that your hip belt is tight, snug, and just below the hip bone. We do recommend having the belt rear facing, and when adjusting it, you may want to look in a mirror, tighten the straps so that it's equal on both sides, and ensure that the hip belt is center on your waist. Once you've completed all of these steps, you are now ready to begin practicing with the hip belt. While using the app, there may be times where you experience a lack of audible feedback. There are a few reasons this could happen. The first and most common reason is while placing the phone into the hip belt, you may have accidentally hit a button or touched the screen, causing the app to deactivate. Another common reason is the hip belt is not fastened properly onto your waist. It could be that the hip belt is not just below the hip bone, that the straps are not equal and tight and snug to your body, or if the belt is facing rear, your hip belt may not be centered on your waist like this. Another common reason that this may occur is that you are taking flat hip turns and not hitting the 17 angle hip turn degree. This will be covered more in depth in our Golf Academy videos.